We are back with the handsome, talented, long-lost cousin of David, Mauricio Martinez. Mauricio, thank you again for joining us on the Spotlight.
No, thank you
Christmas
guys for having
special.
me. This is a blast. I love it.
Oh, yes.
Well, I did have another question for you,
Okay.
and it is a bit more serious than what we were talking about before. But because as a cancer survivor, which you mentioned, have gone through so many struggles and come out positive. And what would your advice be to friends or family at home who actually have, friends of people struggling with cancer? How can the friends or family of people struggling with cancer or other chronic health issues be supportive?
That's a very
What would
good
your
question.
advice be? Because sometimes, we don't know what to say.
Exactly, and that's very important. I think listen, really listen to the person who's ill and really be there for them and be supportive. And especially with mental health, like when you're going through depression or anxiety, I think the number one thing you should never say is like, you can do this, come on. Like just don't cheer them up. Just be patient and let them go through what they're going through and experience what they're feeling, because it's a battlefield up in your like in your mind, And with cancer, of course, I mean, you have to. So many people are going to try to tell you what to do, what not to do, what to eat, what not to eat, what doctor to. Everybody's going to recommend a doctor. Everybody's going to tell you, oh, try this, do this, do what's best for you.
Yeah.
And it's not. Don't shut out the world or the voices, but just listen to your heart. And I always say also, at least have two opinions of doctors.
Yeah, because
At
there's always a
least.
difference of opinion from that.
And science is ever changing and always evolving, so at least two options and before you decide, at least, because you never know. You are putting your life in somebody's hands.
Yes.
And just be patient and let yourself feel what you're feeling, because it's not fun, it's hard, very, very hard.
It is.
But you can make it. You can come out of it alive and healthy and smiling. I mean, and know that sometimes there's people tell me, oh, did you do something special? I'm like, no, I'm just trying to be alive. I'm just trying to stay alive. I have no time to I'm going to write a book or no, just go with the flow and take it one day at a time. Because as I said before, it's not a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Exactly.
You're in it for the long haul. So.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you mentioned, you've written about the 7 tips about the bladder cancer survivor, if I'm correct here. Yes. So if you were to add an 8th or 9th tip, what would that tip be on that?
Ooh, that's a very good question too.
Yeah.
You're putting me on the spot here.
This is the spotlight.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, I would actually advise you to that. I don't think that I added that in the 7 advices that I gave. Just don't listen to other people. Don't let anybody convince you of something that you don't want to do. Because if you're married, or if you have kids, or your parents, or even your dog, there's so many people that are going to be telling you what to do, but you got to listen to your gut and your instinct, and really, it has to feel right, because at the end of the day, it is you fighting that fight.
And we only have one
you.
life to live.
Only you.
Yes.
Yes. And it's hard. I mean, and especially for your loved ones too, because sometimes they don't know what to do. And it's not easy also being a relative and being close to somebody that's going through something like that. It's not easy. So just let the love in and be patient and know that some days are gonna be awful, but there's gonna be great days too. It's a roller coaster,
Oh,
so
yeah.
pace yourself.
That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, Max, go ahead.
I was gonna say so speaking of stuff that you went through, what did you do to kind of keep yourself at ease when you had moments of, I guess, panic? Because you went through this 4 times, right?
Yes, I've gone so far 4 times. I mean, I guess the 4th one was the worst, I think, because I was in the middle of doing On Your Feet on the road, and I was having great success, and I felt like I was in love, and in my life everything was perfect, and all of a sudden, boom, again, cancer for the 4th time, and that's when I really got depressed. So it just, I mean, I just really needed to disconnect from the world. I went back to Mexico, to my mom's house. I became a son again at 40 years old, unemployed, depressed, skinny. But I said, I gotta focus on me.
Yes.
And I went to the doctor, and I had a shrink and a psychiatrist, like a psychologist and a psychiatrist. And I would go to therapy every day. Wow. And just, I really focused on getting better for 6 months. I had the luxury to do that because I had worked and I had some savings, and I really did it. And thank God I did, because I came out of it alive and wanting to be alive. Because sometimes you want to give up, and it's okay. You know, we're only human.
We
you
don't
know,
wanna give
and
up.
when you're an artist too, when you're used to working with your emotions, we're dramatic and we're passionate, and I'm a Latino, so it's like the perfect storm to be dramatic.
That jumps it too.
Yes, of
Yes.
course. So you just gotta let yourself be honest and feel what you have to feel.
Yes, and you are definitely one of our kind and one of my longest lost cousins that I have found
Yes,
since
primo.
months ago. Primo.
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 But you gotta roll the R. Primo.
Lino. Lino. Listen.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that later. But listen, Mauricio, it's never enough time with you.
Aw.
I
Well,
know.
invite me again.
We definitely are.
Yeah, for the new year.
You for
Yeah.
2023
Yes.
in the new studio, new set. We'll
Yes.
we'll keep you posted on that. But our
Please.
special thanks to Mauricio Martinez. We'll be right back, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.